everybody. How about that staircase? That thing's pretty rad. I like that, guys. That's awesome. My name's Blake. This is Addison and Jacob, and we're here today to tell you a little bit about our creation, the Smart Shop Home Inventory Management System. Before we get into the system, though, I'll tell you a little bit about us. We are a group of senior engineering students at SIUE, and one thing that is required of the engineering program is that we complete a senior design project. And the intent of that project is to serve as a culmination of all the things we've learned in our undergraduate education experience. So our Smart Shop system is basically a home inventory management system. It's going to be useful for anybody who, like me, for instance, has a large family and needs to keep a good eye on what kind of inventory we have for groceries and other household items. It's compact and easy to use, and one thing we kind of stumbled upon while developing it is that it may also have some potential small business applications as well. So in a nutshell, how it works is, you may be able to see it sitting here on the table. You've got a couple wireless barcode scanners and the system hub as a whole. And when you get home from the grocery store, as you're putting items away in your pantry, you scan them just like you would at a self-checkout at the store, and the system automatically adds those items to your inventory. Likewise, when you deplete an item or you're done with it and you're throwing it away, there's a secondary scanner located in close proximity to your trash can, and you scan the item again as you're throwing it away. That's where the system sort of takes over. It knows what you're buying, when you're getting rid of it, and the things you're getting rid of, and then you refer to the system and it makes recommendations to you before you make your next trip to the store.
So there are a couple competing products that we have looked at. The LG Smart Fridge has a touch screen on it. It has recipe information. It's got manual item entry. It can handle food expiration. The Samsung Smart Fridge has the touchscreen. It actually will take pictures of the inside of your fridge, which isn't as accurate as what ours would do. And there are apps that include barcode scanners like ours, but having to get your phone out every time gets a little annoying. The advantages of ours: it's portable, super small, compact. It has easy item entry. It's got automatic barcode scanners, so when you're scanning it in, you just put it underneath. You don't have to click the button or anything. They are wireless, so if you have like a big thing of dog food or something like that, and you don't want to lift it on your counter, you can bring it down and scan it. The item entry is really quick. It's got the prediction algorithm that will actually watch how you use the item, the expiration date, how long you have it on your shelf, and then actually, as Blake was saying, predict when you're going to run out, and it will put it on a recommended shopping list for you to look at. And it's more affordable because with the fridges, you have to buy an entire fridge that has that incorporated into it. This is a standalone thing, so you don't have to buy an appliance to go with it. You just buy it. As for the hardware, we use a Raspberry Pi 3, which is just a small credit card-sized computer that runs a full Linux distribution, so it's very adaptable. We can add a web browser in the future, a lot of different, make it an entertainment system. We can play music just as future design stuff. And it uses two 2.4 gigahertz wireless barcode scanners, one at the unit, one at the trash can. 7-inch touchscreen display, which is the perfect size for being able to see everything on the screen and click it without being too small or too big to take up space. The power supply for the main unit and power supply for the barcode scanner at the trash can to charge it, and a 3D custom printed case. And here we use a remote database to send the barcodes to, and it will send back a bunch of information on the product, and about 24 million codes, which is pretty but there's a lot, so most things will be on it. If it doesn't have it, we have a dialog pop up where you can manually enter in all the information, but it usually has most big name stuff, and it's got no daily limits except after 15 requests, it goes from about 5-second response to about 6, which is a drastic change. But we have, we cache the responses, so it'll check our local cache first, so it doesn't always have to send to the database. So as you get more items, as you scan in more items, they'll be saved and be able to respond quicker. And we have a local database that holds all the information.
Hi guys, so I'm Addison. I'm going to just talk a little bit about the prediction algorithm, just to show you what 3 aspects we take into consideration. So you have the expiration date, because your items are going to expire. Building on that, you have how long, on average, you keep it on your shelf. So if you buy something once a week and you use it, it's going to keep track of that. And the third thing is, let's say you kind of go crazy and you use an item a lot more. That's what this usage rate does, is it keeps track of how quickly you use items. It's going to predict that. So we think with these 3 items, it's a pretty good prediction algorithm. It's going to be pretty accurate in most cases. So just to show you, this is the display that's going to be on that touch screen, just to show you kind of the graphical user interface we're using. I won't go into too much detail, but this would be the main screen that you would always see. You have your required items, which is what you would add to the list, and then we have recommended items, which is what's predicted. So we keep those separate in case the prediction algorithm doesn't do as well. It'll kind of learn and get better as it goes. And you can remove it, you can move it over, and then there's some buttons to the side. So you just go to the next slide. This is a favorites menu, so not everything has a barcode, or maybe the barcode's ripped off or something, so this is how you would manually enter something. You have some favorites that you could put in there in case you always need to manually enter it. Just the settings menu, we don't need it. Yeah, same thing. These are just settings that you would show through the menu. Yeah, you can set the algorithm based on how you like it. So that's that. Yeah, and so in a nutshell, that's it. One thing that I feel like we didn't really explain is we have a smartphone app that we considered working on. We didn't get a lot developed on it, but that's something that would definitely be added, is you can talk to this display whenever you need to get your shopping list, so that way it'll be with you at all times. With that, any questions?
Once again, wait for the mic.
So I guess I just have 3 questions. One question is why? Why this? Second question is, do you plan on building it? Third question is how?
Okay, so the first question as to why is, Blake went back to it. He has a large family. He would kind of be useful for something for that. Like Jacob and I, that's not useful for us right now. There's kind of definitely a audience that needs it, and there's some people that don't need it. Yeah, and so, what was the second question again? I'm sorry.
Do you plan on actually doing this next week?
That's all 3 of us. Well, I'm doing my master's and they're doing full-time jobs afterwards. So we don't plan on doing this ourselves. We're just kind of here to explain what we developed and stuff like that. We don't know if we have much plans after that. And then if we did, how the next step would probably be, instead of 3D printing a case, which takes a while, we would get the case built, professionally manufactured, and definitely consolidate a lot of items and stuff, make the price cheaper, because this was just a proof of concept kind of thing.
More questions? I guess my main question, the one thing you can never discount with people is that they're lazy. And so even asking people to just even scan something in, people don't do it. And so it almost has to be automatic, like something you put in your pantry, and the very act of putting this into your pantry triggers it. If I have to separately scan stuff, oh my God, what that extra half second's I'll never get back. And so that's what you're gonna have to fight.
That's actually a very common question we ran into when presenting this to people. And as we've kind of alluded to, the system kind of found its genesis with an idea that originated in my mind. And it came from the day I microwaved a hot dog and went to get the mustard, and where's the mustard? There isn't any, because my literate children somewhere, somebody threw away the mustard. I didn't know it was even on the list. So anybody who would have this smart shop system has already made a conscious decision that it's something they need. They've already built it or purchased it. It's already, they've already identified that it's going to be helpful to them. So you're absolutely right with people being inherently lazy. That's absolutely true. I think where we see the product and its usage is that even though people are inherently lazy, people who have a need for the product have already recognized their need by purchasing the product, and in recognizing that need, they're going to have the motivation to use it.
Blake, you mind if I say a couple things? So the other thing is when Blake said the small business potential with that, we were thinking, small businesses that don't have a system set up, they could just buy this, and that could be their inventory. So maybe like an auto mechanic shop, that's just local mom and pop kind of thing. They would have this system. And that's also one way where they're gonna do that because they have such a massive inventory. That'd be a way to think of it. And then just a little potential, maybe taking this a step further, is RFID tags on all your items. Maybe in the future that would be something where it senses what items are in your trash can or you come in with. And that would be kind of something that's in the future. It's not in a lot of items, but it could be a potential application or upgrade to this.
Kind of to piggyback off the last question. So have you thought about, like sometimes at Schnucks you get a barcode at the end of your receipt instead of I have to manually scan that in. Have you thought about oh, I just came home from the store, I scanned this barcode and it auto-populates automatically, so instead of scanning 100 items from my weekly grocery list, I'm only scanning in one barcode?
Yeah, we have actually thought about that. We looked into Walmart, and the barcode at the bottom is integrated with their system, and it just brings up information about your transaction ID, and then you look it up in their system, and you can get all their stuff. So we would have to look into actually partnering with Walmart, Schnucks, and big name stores to be able to send them the ID and then get back all the product information. Because as of right now, you just get one number back from that barcode. So we couldn't do anything for the scope of this, but that would be a future thing to look into.
All right, anybody else? All right, thank you very much.